Izzy at Minerva. We're continuing our pattern drafting series looking at dress adaptations today, and in this video we're going to be looking at how to create an empire line dress. This is a really complementary fit, and the aesthetics of this cut of this block just look really nice across lots of different body shapes. It's really lovely in the way that it just skims over you, accents your bust, and just looks absolutely lovely. A real classic. You'll see this style of dress probably in quite a lot of period dramas, you know, where it sort of cuts in under the bust and then just flows out. So effectively that's what we're going to be doing today. Today I am wearing the Hues dress by the Friday Pattern Company, and it is also made in our Minerva exclusive Viscose Chalet in the Banana Hills print. It's definitely one of my firm favourites in my wardrobe, and I absolutely love the colour combinations. If you'd like to make this garment yourself, we'll tag the products and the fabric below in the video so that you can easily find it on our website. So you're going to need your standard pattern drafting tools, which are listed right next to me here. Your dress block will look different to mine because it is bespoke, so let's get straight on into it now. Okay, so in front of me we've got the front and the back pattern pieces at this point. And to create the empire line, all we really want to do is just raise that natural waist up so that it sits higher. And now this distance from our natural waist up is going to be about 6 centimeters. Now, if you've got a bodice which is longer than the average and you know that it is, then you may well want to increase that from 6 to 7 or even 8 centimeters, depending on the proportion of how it fits your body. And I would thoroughly recommend toiling this design out before you make it in your real fabric, for that purpose, just to ascertain exactly where you want that empire line to sit. And likewise, if your bodice is shorter than what you know is average for a pattern, then you may want to just reduce where that line sits and reduce it down to 5 centimeters. Give it a go and see what you think. So working across both pattern pieces, I'm actually just going to draw a line that is 6 centimeters higher than the natural waist. Now obviously we want the waistline across both of these pattern pieces to match up and to be at the same distance all the way around the pattern. Let's just cut along those lines now to separate the skirt piece from the bodice piece of the dress. Okay, now that we've kind of got our consistent line sorted across both the front and the back, I'm going to remove the back pattern pieces and just focus on the front. Now then, I think that this area up here is looking a little bit fussy for quite a nice simple garment that we want to create. So I'm going to merge these two darts and bring them together into the side seam just to simplify this smooth aesthetic that I'm wanting to create. So find the midpoint along your side seam and just mark a little reference where that is. Draw a line from that point to the apex. Next, extend the waist dart all the way up to the apex. Then cut out the waist dart, then cut out the volume from the bust dart, and then cut along the line that you just drew. So we're going to remove the volume from our two darts there, and we're just going to just going to close up the waist dart and then close up the bust dart up here by pivoting at the apex. And as always, you'll notice this lovely little mystery of the fact that the volume that we've taken out of those two darts has now been equally taken out of this dart. There's one big dart here, simply because we've rotated it around. Now then, fundamentally, that's all we need to do to the top, is to simplify it down. So now let's look at the skirt. I want to move the dart now to the middle of our newly constructed waistline. Measure the distance of your new waist, which for me is 24, and just find the centre of that new higher waistline. Then measure the distance of your dart. For me it's 2.5. Halve the distance of your dart and just mark a point to either side that is that distance. So effectively we're just moving the dart from there right into the middle of the skirt pattern piece. And then I just want you to square the centre of that dart all the way down to your hemline. Next, just mark the bottom of the dart along this new line. And then very simply just draw in that dart again. So you're just moving the whole dart across effectively. You could just trace over the dart and shift it across if you wanted to as well. What we're effectively doing at this point is doing a nice slash and spread method for the skirt. So we are going to cut out that dart and then close it up nice and neatly, whilst also creating volume for the skirt piece. Okay, so cut along that line now. Okay, and now what we're going to do is just remove that bit of volume, and then having this as our pivot point, we're just going to pivot until the waistline meets up at that point there. Measure the volume that you've added at the bottom of your skirt down here, divide it by 2, and then add that distance onto the bottom of your hem down here. So for me, it's just 2 centimetres, just over 2 centimetres. Brilliant. And then just join your waistline, your empire waistline, all the way down to your new hemline. Basically, we've made sure that up here where the seam allowance, where the seam's going to match in with the front bodice, we've got a nice smooth connection at that point. And then by closing up that dart, effectively we've just given ourselves a bit more volume at the bottom. So it's going to have a really nice little kick around the bottom, just a really elegant bit of volume, and it's going to have a nice gentle curve to it as well. We've added in extra volume around the waist and also obviously around the hips, so the fit there is just going to be a bit more generous as well. Okay, great. Let's pop some tracing paper over our adapted block pieces and then add our seam allowances to create our pattern pieces. The centre front is going to be cut on the fold, so no need to add a seam allowance at that point. Do add a seam allowance to the new empire waistline up here, and if you need to, just draw in a bit of a curve down here if you haven't got a sharp point where that dart closed up. Add your seam allowance to your side seam. Now then, for me down here, I am not going to add a hem simply because I'm looking at the technical aspect of this garment and it's not a finished one. I'm just looking at how to technically construct and fit the actual dress. So if you're doing this at home and you're adding and making this out of your final fabric, do add a hem allowance. Brilliant. Just going to add some little notches for the hip here and also for the original waistline, the natural waistline. Add your standard annotations. For us, that means that we're going to place the centre front on the fold, and our grain line is going to run parallel to our centre front. This is our empire line dress, front skirt, cut 1 on fold. Again, no seam allowance to the front. Do add that seam allowance to the empire waistline here, and just soften off the base of that dart at that point. Now, one thing that I should have done, which I've forgotten to do, is that I just need to adapt this dart here. And I just need to adapt this dart to offset it from the apex. So to start off with, find the centre of the end of the dart and then just draw a line from the apex so that you've created a nice centre line for your dart. Then all we want to do is to mark a point that is 2 centimetres away from the apex along that line, and then just redraw in your dart legs to or from that point back out to where your dart legs originally came from. And all this does is soften the area around the apex so it's not too pointy in that area. Then you can also just continue that line down that way and bring this one up to meet that centre dart at that point. Right, let's continue drawing our pattern piece at this point. So, working along our side seams, we're going to add our seam allowance here at this point, and then draw in our dart that we've now just made sure is going to stop 2 centimetres from the apex. Draw in your arm side. Now we're not adding a sleeve to this pattern piece, so it's just being drawn as it is. Add your seam allowance to your nice straight shoulder seam, and then just draw in your neckline. Once again, we're not adding a seam allowance to our neck because there is no need for that. We're not adding a neckline, and this is not our final pattern piece. We're just looking at the changes that we're going to make to the original dress block. Annotate the pattern piece to say that this will be placed on the fold, as with the skirt, and then our grain line is going to run perpendicular to the centre front. Annotate your apex and then give your pattern piece a name. Empire line dress, front bodice, cut 1 on fold. Excellent. Now let's go back and finish off the changes to the back pattern pieces. Okay, so let's take a measurement of the overall new Empire waistline. Tap that distance into your calculator and then divide it by 2 to find the centre of your new waistline. Mark that centre on your waistline. Draw a line that runs perpendicular to the waistline from that point and all the way down to your hemline. Now measure the distance of your dart at this point up here. Tap that into your calculator and divide it by 2. And then mark a point that is that distance to either side of your new dart line down here. Mark a reference along the line that is where the base of the original dart was. And then draw in a new dart, which is just a straight dart all the way down. Now, I don't know, we didn't really explain this so much in the other one, but the width of the volume that we're removing from the waist along the original dart is actually bigger than what we're going to be removing from our new dart. So that is a good thing because it means we've still got loads of volume around the waist, and that's exactly the aesthetic that we're wanting. Wanting something that just kind of comes from the Empire line and then just like flows straight down in a beautiful shape. Okay, let's cut along those lines now to close up that big dart. Okay, so working with this as your reference point down there, just want you to rotate and close up that waist dart completely. Measure the distance of the opening at the bottom of your hem. For me it's 2.8. Divide that by 2 and whatever you've got there, just add it onto the side seam over here. Then very simply, as we did for the front, we're just going to draw a line to join those two things up. Now, on the back pattern piece, my hip line is just touching on there, but that's okay because we've added volume in at this point. So the volume all the way around the hip is not reduced past its minimum amount that the block allows us to do. Lovely, let's add our tracing paper and then our seam allowances to our pattern pieces for the back of our bodice. Now you'll notice we've made absolutely no changes at all to the back bodice, which is lovely and nice and simple. There was no need to make any changes. So we are just going to add a seam allowance to the waist, the Empire waistline, as we raise that up, draw in your dart. Along the back, the centre back, we are going to be adding a zip. So add your 1.5 centimetre seam allowance at that point. Draw in your neckline with no seam allowance required. Draw in your shoulder seam along with your dart. Draw in your armscye and then your side seam. Grain line follows the centre back. Annotate your pattern piece. Empire line dress, back bodice, cut 2. Add your seam allowance to the centre back. Draw in your waistline seam allowance, and this is your raised seam. Adding a little curve around by the dart if necessary. Draw in your nice straight side seam. And then your hem. Again, just curve off that distance around the excess volume down at the bottom. Grain line follows the centre back. Now we are just going to add the annotations as we did for the front along the hip line and also the natural waistline. The other thing I'm just going to annotate, and you might find helpful too, is if we were going to put a zip in, it would be 5 centimetres below our hip line. So you might just want to add that too. Excellent, so let's go cut out our back pattern pieces too, add those to our front, and then I'm going to cut them out of calico and sew them up so that you can see what the overall effect is like. We're going to start by preparing and sewing all of the darts across the back and the front bodice piece. In this particular piece, we've got 2 darts on the front, 1 on either side, and on the back we've got 4 darts in total, 2 at the shoulders and 2 at the waist. If you're not sure how to sew darts, just refer back to video 88, which is where I was sewing the original dress block, and I talk you through step by step how to sew a dart. Brilliant. Once you've sewn those darts, just press the back ones towards the side for both the shoulder and the waist. And then with the front ones, you're just going to press them down towards the waistband. With right sides together, place the back pattern piece over the front pattern piece and just pin along the side seams and then along the shoulder seam. Now you'll see, because of the way we cut the pattern piece, the front and the back do match up at this point, but they don't overlap. There's a little bit of a triangle spare on the front there. Don't worry about that, because our stitch line, which is going to stitch it all together, is still going to sew through both sides of the fabric. Just repeat that process on the other side, pinning the side seam in place, and then also pinning the shoulder seam together. Great, so let's sew all those 4 seams together using our standard 1.5 centimetre seam allowance. Lovely, so that is all nice and done. 4 seams are done. What I'd recommend now is that you just press each of those seams open. Brilliant, let's move on to our skirt pattern piece now, so front and back. And the first thing we're going to do is just to sew the side seams together. So the right side of our skirt is facing up here. The right side of one of the back skirt panel pieces on top of it, and then just pin it, in place. Don't forget that we've got the nice little notch references along the side seam here, so they're going to act as a nice check to make sure that you're evenly distributing your fabric between your waist and your hem, or your raised empire waist. So pin one side in place, and then with the right sides together, just pin the other side in place too. Wonderful. Let's sew those now using our standard seam allowance. So with the bodice, right side out, just open it up so the waistline is fully extended all the way along. Grab your skirt pattern piece, and with the right side together, just line up the raised waistline with the waistline of the bodice. Start by just pinning the side seams together. Make sure you're lining up the seams really nicely. And then just continue to pin across the rest of the raised waist. Next, pin the back pattern pieces together by pinning right at the far end, the centre back to start off with. And then just make sure that the darts are facing towards the side seam as you pin the remaining section of that waist in place. Brilliant. Now sew that together using your standard seam allowance. At this point, add your zip into your pattern piece if you're doing this as your final garment. However, if you're just checking the size in terms of, this is just a little test, a bit like with me, how we're just giving you a quick demo on the technique, you can actually just pin those in place, get someone to pin you in down the back just to check the fit nicely. So here it is, our beautiful empire line dress, looking very simple and very elegant, just coming in under the bust line and then flowing straight down over the hips with a very nice, simple, clean aesthetic. So thank you for joining me today. It's been wonderful to talk you through the whole process of creating a beautiful empire line dress. As ever, don't forget that you can create your own Minerva account on our website, which is free, and you can upload images of what you're creating and just share those with our maker community here at Minerva. It's a really lovely online place just to share your makes and your creativity with like-minded sewists who just really love seeing what other people are making. It's really fun. If you're creating anything from the pattern drafting series, please do tag us in that. I would absolutely love to see what you're creating, what you're making. There's so many opportunities for creativity in this whole pattern drafting series, so cannot wait to see what you're making at home. Feel free to pop your comments below the video, and we'd always love to hear from you here at Minerva. So thank you for joining me today. I'll see you next week as we continue our dressmaking series.